Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the scattering mechanism, under which we will be discussing how mobility is going on changing with respect to temperature. We know that electrical conductivity and mobility are the two different transport coefficients, and in our previous class we have already discussed how the electrical conductivity changes as the temperature is going on changing, and today let us see how mobility changes as temperature changes. So we have already derived the equation of mobility, and we know that mobility of electron is nothing but mu E is equals to E tau E divided by m E star, where E is the charge of electron, tau E is the lifetime of electron, m E star is the effective mass of electron. Here, when we are studying about mobility versus temperature, I have considered only the electron mobility. I am not explaining about whole mobility because the main contribution for conductivity will be due to the electron mobility, because electron mobility is more when compared to the mobility of holes, because me star, which is the effective mass of electron, will be less when compared to mh star, that is effective mass of hole, because holes are heavier when compared to electrons, and that's why the mobility of electron will be greater when compared to mobility of holes. So let us concentrate only on the mobility of electron, and the same will be carried out for the holes as well. So let us call the equation of mobility of electron as equation number 1. Then lifetime of electron. We know it is nothing but the time between the successive collisions, we can say, or scattering. And as the temperature goes on changing, the lifetime of the electron is also going on changing. Let us say temperature is increasing. It means that the scattering or collisions are going to increase, means the time in between the successive collisions will be becoming less. That's why we know that lifetime tau E is inversely proportional to temperature. But to what power of temperature? Let us find out. And mu E and tau E both are directly proportional. That's why we can say mu E is also proportional to 1 by t raised to x. So both lifetime as well as mu E diminishes with increase in temperature because of inverse relation. And the another factor is me star, and effective mass of electron is independent of temperature. In case of semiconductor, the temperature dependence of tau E is quite different from that of a metal, which we need to remember. Generally, we can define the lifetime of electron as tau E is equals to Le divided by Vr. Le is nothing but mean free path of an electron, that is the average distance traveled by electron between the successive impacts, and Vr is its random velocity. It is a simple equation. Generally, we define velocity as distance by time. That's why time will be equal to distance by velocity. In the same way, in place of time we are having lifetime of electron. In place of distance we are having mean free path of electron, and velocity, it is random velocity. Due to the movement of electrons, there will be collision, means scattering is taking place. So this scattering, what does it mean? Just it is a change in direction, and because of the scattering, exact path of electron cannot be determined. That's why we consider it as random motion, and we are defining random velocity. And electron at the bottom of the conduction band in semiconductor, they obey classical statistics, that is Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, and they are not going to obey the highly degenerate Fermi-Dirac statistics as in case of metals. So this is the difference between semiconductor and metal. Here we are concentrating our studies only in the conduction band or at the bottom of the conduction band, because we know the electrons which are in valence band, they are not going to contribute for conductivity because they are in a bound state, they are not free to move. But the electrons which are present in the conduction band, they can move freely, because of which they are called as conduction electron, as they are going to contribute for electrical conductivity. And after the transition, these electrons are going to accumulate at the bottom of the conduction band only. The higher and higher bands will be empty. And our concentration here is to understand about those electrons which are at the bottom of conduction band, so that we can relate its mobility and also conductivity for the practical applications. So these electrons have higher speeds or different speeds depending on their location in the band, whether they are at the bottom of the conduction band or little bit higher, their speeds or velocity is going to change. And the higher they are in the band, the greater will be their speed. Why? We know that band diagrams, while we had studied, those are nothing but E versus K diagram. That is, along the y-axis we are having energy, and along x-axis it is a wave vector. So as you just move on upside in the higher bands of conduction band, it means that energy is going on increasing. So higher the energy, higher will be the speed, because generally we know energy is directly proportional to velocity. If you consider kinetic energy, E will be equal to half mv square in general. That's why as the energy is going on increasing, the speed or velocity will also increase. That's why we say higher the electrons in the band, that is conduction band, greater will be the speed of the electron. And the conclusion here is, from equation number 2 we can understand different electrons have different lifetimes, and tau E depends on Vr, and they are inversely proportional. That's why as the random velocity increases, the lifetime of electron is going on decreasing. That's why we say fast moving electrons have shorter lifetimes. And here we are considering the mean free path Le is same for all the electrons. So here when we consider equation number 1, the dependence of mu E is on tau E as well as me star. We know that me star is independent of temperature. So we need to concentrate the temperature dependent term, which is tau E. So mu E is directly proportional to tau E because E is constant, which is charge of the electron. We need to concentrate our study in mobility versus temperature. But here temperature term is not there, and tau E is the term which is depending on temperature. That's why we are studying about tau E, which is equals to Le by Vr. And now we are taking Le, which is mean free path, as same, or it is like a constant, and tau E is going to depend on Vr itself. So this is a brief outline. Next in this study, let us say the average lifetime. But why we need to take average lifetime? As there are different random velocities of the electrons, tau E is also going to change, and for different electrons different lifetimes will be there. That's why there is a need to take average over all the electrons. That's why average lifetime tau E bar will be equal to Le by Vr bar. Here Le we are not taking as average mean lifetime because it is already taken to be a constant for all the electrons. So Le itself is a mean. So now substituting the value of tau e bar in equation number 1, which will give the relation to mu e. So mu e will change to e tau e bar by me star. Substituting the value of tau e bar, we get mu e is equals to e le divided by me star into vr bar, which is equation number 3. But still we are not having any temperature term on RHS side. That's why in order to understand the relation between mobility and temperature, let us use the kinetic theory of gases. But how we can use it? We are concentrating our study in the bottom of the conduction band, where we are having the free electrons. And in gases, we know that the gas molecules are just free to move. So those analogies can be used, and we are using kinetic theory of gases in case of this concept, which states mathematically as half me star Vr bar square is equals to 3 by 2 kBT. Kinetic theory of gases, it just means that the kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. And the RHS part 3 by 2 kBT, it is evolved from the equipartition theorem also. So, if you just simplify this equation, we get what is Vr bar value, which will be equal to square root of 3 kBT divided by me star. So let us consider it as equation number 4. Substituting back equation 4 in equation number 3, we get the equation for mu E, which will be equal to ELE divided by me star as it is into square root of me star divided by 3 kBT. Root of me star will get cancelled, and finally we are having the equation for mobility of electron as ELE divided by 3 kBT me star whole raised to 1 by 2. So here we can see that mu E is inversely proportional to square root of temperature. So this is the conclusion when we have taken the dependence of temperature only with respect to random velocity. But whether the mean free path is independent of temperature or no is the question. So mean free path LE is determined by various collision mechanism acting on the electrons, and the scattering may be due to different factors. That is scattering due to phonon, which is called as a lattice scattering. Second one is scattering may be due to the electrons. Third is the scattering due to holes. And we know that in semiconductors, both electrons as well as holes are the carriers. So this type of scattering is called as carrier scattering. Another chance is the scattering due to ionized impurities. So when we need to understand about the mean free path and its dependence on temperature, we need to concentrate which all type of scattering may occur, and mainly we can find out 3 types of scattering, or scattering due to 3 types of particles. One is phonon, then electron and hole, which is considered to be a carrier scattering, and fourth one is ionized impurities. So with respect to different temperatures, different scattering phenomena or scattering mechanism will be dominating. At high temperature, the collision of electrons with phonons will be dominant. Why? Because we know how we get phonons, just by thermal agitation. As the temperature goes on increasing, more and more number of phonons will be created, and within the semiconducting material there are electrons also and more number of phonons also at high temperature. So obviously there is a probability of collision of electrons with phonons itself when compared to electron with electron. So main dominance or the contribution in scattering will be due to the collision between electrons and phonons. Because we are considering the scattering or mobility of electrons, we have just considered electron here. So this is at high temperature, and the result can be taken as simple as that of metals, that is mean free path depends on temperature as its inverse, that is LE is proportional to 1 by T, and we have mu E proportional mu E is equals to LE divided by ME star into VR bar, and finally we have concluded ME is directly proportional to T raised to minus half, and LE is again depending on T raised to minus 1. That's why mu E, which was our previous equation, ELE divided by square root of 3 kBT ME star. There if you just put the temperature dependence of LE as T raised to minus 1 and divided by T raised to half, it will be mu E directly proportional to T raised to minus 3 by 2. So this is the temperature dependence of mobility at high temperatures. It is going to vary as the power of minus 3 by 2. But what happens at low temperatures? Here at low temperature we know no phonons or very less number of phonons will be there. But still scattering is present. But which type of scattering mechanism will be dominant is the scattering due to ionized impurities. So when a substance is doped, donors lose their electrons to the conduction band, that is the impurities are getting ionized. And if you consider acceptors, they lose their holes. So in that way, the ionized donors will be present in the conduction band, which are going to affect the scattering. So this will be effective in scattering the electrons. The ionized donors in the conduction band and the electrons which are already present in the conduction band are going to scatter or collide with each other. And based on these two mechanisms, we can say that at high temperature, phonon scattering dominates over ionized impurity scattering, but at low temperature, ionized impurity scattering dominates over phonon scattering, because at low temperature, phonon number is very less, but donors are more which are ionized, so their collision is dominant. As the temperature goes on increasing, phonons are created, due to which that scattering mechanism dominates. So this is about the scattering mechanism and the dependence of temperature with respect to mobility. Let us graphically represent it. If you just plot a graph of mu E as a function of temperature, you have a graph like a straight line for pure phonon scattering. For pure phonon scattering, we have seen that mu E is directly proportional to T raised to minus 3 by 2. That is the high temperature case. If it is just a pure phonon, then this is the nature of graph. But if you just consider a semiconducting material, let us say germanium. If the donor concentration is 10 raised to 13, let us say, we are getting a nature something like this. And if the concentration is going on changing, the nature of graph is also going on changing. What we can interpret from this graph is that at high temperature, we can observe that all the graphs are matching with the pure phonon scattering graph, but that is at high temperature. So we can say that at high temperature, phonon scattering phenomena is dominant. But at low temperature, when the donor concentration is less, it is almost similar to that of phonon scattering curve. But as the donor concentration is going on increasing, at low temperature we can observe there is a deviation of curve when compared with the phonon scattering curve. And we predict that, or we interpret it as This is due to the ionized impurity scattering. So at low temperature and at high temperature, different scattering mechanisms are dominant. At low temperature, the scattering will be due to the ionized impurities, whereas at high temperature it is due to the collision between the electron with phonons. So this is how we are going to understand mobility as a function of temperature based on the lifetime of the electron, which depends on mean free path and random velocity, and mean free path again depends on different types of scattering, and two main scattering phenomena are there, or scattering mechanism, which is a phonon scattering, which is dominant over high temperature, and the impurity or ionized impurity scattering, which is dominant over low temperature range. So this is about mobility versus temperature, which is nothing but the scattering mechanism, which plays a very important role when you consider the practical application in case of semiconductor physics. So this is for today's session. Next sessions we will be discussing about diffusion and the Einstein relation, etc. Thank you.